Good afternoon. This is Troy, your host. We are live and recording.
Thank you, Troy. Good afternoon. The Douglas County Board of County Commissioners Land Use Hearing and Public Hearing on Tuesday, January 12th, 2021 is hereby called to order at 2:33 p.m. in the afternoon. Would you all please stand and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Good afternoon to everybody. Mr. Ingalls, do we have certification for the one item on today's agenda?
We do, Madam Chair. That item required 3 forms of notice. That was signed, posted notice, mailed notice, and published notice. That was accomplished on December 21st, December 18th, and December 24th, respectively. With that, you have proper notice and jurisdiction on this item.
Thank you, Mr. Ingalls. Do any commissioners have any disclosures for items on today's agenda?
I have none, Madam Chair. Thank you.
I do not, Madam Chair.
And I have none either. The first hearing we have is a public hearing, agenda item A. This is a resolution vacating a portion of West Parker Road. Brett Thomas for staff.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Brett Thomas representing Plan Services. Project before you is a vacation of a portion of West Parker Road. Project number SB 2020-067. BP 1819 LLC is the applicant for the request. The request is for approval of a resolution to vacate a small leftover portion of the former West Parker Road alignment. An easement for existing utilities will be reserved. The intent of Article 7B is to provide a review and approval process for different kinds of public road vacation requests. The road vacation process begins with submittal of an application. Following a review period by referral agencies and public, notice is given for public hearing before the Board of County Commissioners. The site is located north and west of the intersection of Meridian Village Parkway and Ridgegate Parkway. Zooming into the site, you can see the portion of right-of-way outlined in red. All necessary access will be maintained as a result of this vacation request. The applicant is proposing the vacation of a leftover portion of West Parker Road, a prescriptive right-of-way owned by Douglas County. Other portions of West Parker Road were previously vacated, replatted, and constructed as Meridian Village Parkway. The portion of right-of-way to be vacated is approximately 0.25 acres in size and 200 feet in length. The right-of-way is no longer used for roadway purposes. Access to abutting parcels will not be impacted by its vacation. The vacation resolution reserves a utility easement for continued use of existing sewer, gas, water, or similar pipelines and appurtenances, and for electric, telephone, and similar lines and appurtenances existing as the date of the vacation. These are the approval standards for road vacation as discussed in detail in pages 5 and 6 of the staff report. Staff has assessed the application in accordance with Article 7B of the subdivision resolution. Should the board find that the approval standards for the road vacation are met, the following proposed conditions should be considered for inclusion in the motion. Condition number 1, prior to recordation of the road vacation resolution, all minor technical corrections shall be made to the satisfaction of Douglas County. And condition number 2, all commitments and promises made by the applicant or the applicant's representative during the public hearing and or agreed to in writing and included in the public record have been relied upon by the Board of County Commissioners in approving the application. Therefore, such approval is conditioned upon the applicant's full satisfaction of all such commitments and promises. Section 708B.04 of the subdivision resolution sets the parameters for the board's determination on road vacation requests as noted on the slide. This concludes staff's presentation. I'm available to take questions at this time. Otherwise, Stephanie Stewart is available to discuss the request if you wish.
Thank you, Mr. Thomas. Any commissioners have questions for Mr. Thomas?
You know, I just have a few questions for Brett, but I will reserve those to the following of the applicant's presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. let me make sure I understood you right. In my prior experience, when we talk about vacating right-of-way, the utility easements, though, those are going to be preserved and reserved for moving forward into the future.
Correct. The resolution reserves an easement for the existing utilities.
Okay, that's my only real question, Chairman.
Thank you. I have no questions. Does the applicant have a presentation? Thank you. If you could give us your name, spell your last name and your address, please, and you can take off your mask if you're comfortable so we can hear you.
I am comfortable. Thank you. Good afternoon, Commissioners, and my name is Stephanie Stewart, Stewart. Address is 9380 Station Street, Suite 500, Lone Tree, Colorado, 80124. And I am counsel for the Bradbury Companies and for BP 1819, which is the applicant. I also have with me Steve Elkin and Tom Bradbury, who are both principals of the developer, and we're joint venturing on this development. I think Brett has covered, this has actually never been a roadway, so this was required because it had prescriptive rights when we put in Meridian Village, and we've developed most of, well, all of Meridian Village. It really became an unnecessary road, and it's unfortunate because it's been piecemeal in terms of vacating it, but you know, it has never served anybody. It doesn't provide access, and it meets all the criteria for your approval. The only comments that we received in the referral period were from the utilities, and as Brett has noted in the resolution, there's a reservation as well as I have responded to all of them and given them information about potentially doing private easements, which we've determined are unnecessary because we've reserved that right through there. And I guess to add, there's going to be no building envelope, nothing within that. It's really just an area that's going to be a little turn radius for the access that is going to be for the development on that site.
Thank you, Ms. Stewart. Anyone have questions for Ms. Stewart?
Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you, Ms. Stewart, for your presentation. In the packet, there were only those two utility correspondence issues, one with AT&T and one with Excel. Based upon Brett's preparation of those referral comments, to your comment, it does appear that an easement is being reserved with the vacation resolution to allow for the continued use of the telephone and similar lines. So I guess maybe the question is for Brett, were there any other issues or public comment related to this application?
Not related to the right-of-way vacation application.
Okay, thanks, Brett. Thanks, Ms. Stewart.
Any questions? Thank you. Do you have anyone else that you wanted to bring up or not?
We have people available should we need to address questions, but nobody needs to really give a presentation.
Thank you.
Unless asked for.
Thank you. At this time, I'll open this up for public comment. Is there anyone in the room who would like to make a public comment about this application? Seeing no one come forward, Ms. Dunning, is there anyone online who has a public comment on this item?
I have no hands raised, Commissioner.
Thank you, Ms. Dunning. I'll then bring it back to the board for deliberation and/or a motion.
Commissioner, I move to approve a resolution vacating a portion of West Parker Road located in the northwest quarter of Section 19, Township 6 South, Range 66 West of the 6th Principal Meridian, Douglas County, Colorado, with 0 conditions as presented. Project file is SB 2020-067.
Actually, I made an error, and there are 2 conditions on this application. And Ms. Stewart, if you would mind coming to the podium, I need to ask you if you agree to the 2 conditions in this application.
The condition for technical corrections, and I don't believe that we've made any agreements, but I agree to the conditions. I think it said if we made any agreements in the hearing or in writing, other than the resolution, obviously, would be binding, and we agree to that.
This is the second commitment, and the first one?
I think that's technical changes. We agree to that.
Okay, so the applicant agrees to the two conditions on the record. So I'll bring it back to the commissioners for the motion to be repeated. I'm sorry, I did that wrong. That was my fault.
Well, thank you for helping me with that, Commissioner. Move to approve a resolution vacating a portion of West Parker Road located in the northwest quarter of Section 19, Township 6 South, Range 66, west of the 6th Principal Meridian, Douglas County, Colorado, with two conditions as presented. Project file SB 2020-067, and wish to speak in favor of the motion.
I will second the motion, and on my behalf, there was no further deliberation or discussion for me.
Met the criteria?
And it also, read my mind, yep, and it also met the legal criteria for approval.
I've got to get up to
Okay.
speed on how I do this. This is my fault, not the board's. So thank you. I'm hearing that all the criteria have been met, and there is a first and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, that motion passes. Thank you. Congratulations on your application. And that concludes today's land use hearing, and it is 2:43 in the afternoon. Thank you.
I was going to say something about I just got here and we're talking about vacation.